Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we are going to be taking a look at the scam BTC20, right? So this is a case study. I have this tendency on this channel to do case studies on scams. Some I've followed them for almost a year, right, on this channel, because the scams have become quite sophisticated, right? And they are prolonged. They last for a very long time. Some of them are they last for a very short time. So that's what we are going to be talking about today, exactly what I've seen in this scam and exactly how the scam landscape have evolved and what are some of the mechanics that are being used that are being leveraged by the people behind this scam BTC20. Right, so just to recap, if you don't know, I know some of you are watching for the first time, and by the way, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay ahead of the game in terms of knowing everything that the scammers are doing, right? And I also cover different types of cryptos, good coins, bad coins, scam coins, and coins in between, right? So these guys BTC20, right, are also the same guys who launched XRP20, right? So XRP20, I'm going to be doing a video about this, dedicated just to this, but you can see the pre-sale is also sold out. And guess what message they are talking about? Staking, right? They are just encouraging everyone to stake, right? So the pre-sale is sold out for XRP20. So this is the same scam, right? BTC20 and XRP20. You can just go and check this website out. They're exactly the same, right? So one thing that I wanted to talk about ever since I did the last video, wow, a lot of people were super upset. This is not a scam, right? This is not a scam. You have to understand something that I just wanted to highlight. Just because you make money, just because it's a scam, it doesn't mean you can't make a profit, right? That's something that I've always said on the channel in the last 2 years. Just because a project or a token is a scam, it doesn't mean that you can't make a profit. I have invested in some projects that were scams and I've made a profit from them, right? But it's extremely dangerous because you can just get trapped inside. When the token dumps, okay, you are inside, you are trapped. There's nothing that you can absolutely do, right? So you have to be extremely careful, and you have to also know what type of scam this is, right? So these pre-sales, I hadn't been doing videos for a very long time, so we are just unbundling these pre-sale scams, right? So one thing that did okay in the last 48 hours was the price pumped, right? Which is quite interesting. It gives us some very good information on what is going on. Currently, the price is sitting at $2, but it did almost reach $6. Right, of course, the lowest that we did see there is sitting at 78 cents. So this token, the price can't go anywhere lower, below around 80 cents. It should not go below 75 cents at least, right, with all the numbers that we're taking a look at, right? And so now, with this information, let's now jump in to see exactly what has been going on. So to just recap, the pre-sale was 6 million, right? That's what they claimed on their website, that it was about just over 6 million, right? And of that 6 million, we did see on the group that I think around 2 million people staked, right? Investors, 2 million, they staked, right? And there was actually a scammy thing that they did with the staking. So some wanted to claim, but then they clicked on the button claim and stake, right? So they put the button there, claim and stake. You wanted to just claim, but then they put this button claim and stake, right? For you to claim, you had to go and look for another little button somewhere in the corner, right? So some investors, unfortunately, they ended up claiming and staking at the same time, right? So this was on the 9th. This is key, right? Because we are going to be using that date later on in this video or just shortly. So if we 2 million schemes staked and available to be claimed, we can just round it off to around 4 million. So these are just figures that we're just putting out there, right? They're approximate figures. So with these 4 million available to be claimed, what is extremely shocking was immediately when they launched, right, on DEX2, on the DEX, on Uniswap, we did see that the LP was around 150,000. And at the peak, right, at the peak of this 590, right, at the peak, the liquidity was sitting at around 350. We can round it off to around 350, around there, right? And now, of course, the liquidity is coming down. For a token that has investors, with around 4 million ready to be claimed, the liquidity is nowhere near close that, right? That's a red flag. I have highlighted this before it was 120. At this stage, we are supposed to be seeing a liquidity that is at least 1 million, right? Because after all, 6 million was sold in the pre-sale. There's about 4 million available to be traded. What do crypto people do? What do? If we buy something and it's pumping, we go and we sell, right? We go and we sell, and maybe you see the price is pumping, we go and buy again, hoping that it's going to go up, and we sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. That's what people in crypto do. But the liquidity that is available is a completely different story, right? Take a look at that. Currently, it's gone down to around 238,000, right? So one of the things that I wanted to talk about here is these three things, right? The pre-sale. So we are seeing a lot of scams in the pre-sale. Now, a lot of subscribers are coming to me and letting me know that they are not able to claim. So that's one of the scams that they do pull. And the way that these scams are going is a lot of investors. So let's say 100 investors invest into this pre-sale, this scam pre-sale, right? So the people behind the pre-sale, you remember the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of the work is actually what drives 80% of the results, right? So it's almost a similar type of situation, right? 20% of the investors, in most of the cases, are the ones with a huge amount of the money. Just as in the world, 1% of the population are the richest people in the world, right? So what they do is certain people are able to claim and others are not able to claim, right? And they also push the staking idea. Why? Because it gives them time, right? Because the scam landscape has changed. Before, we used to have the tax scam, right? 2 years ago, we used to have the tax scam. Basically, what would happen is you would buy into a crypto, you believe that this is a good project, you buy into it, and then for the scammers, once the liquidity target has been reached, that they want to be reached, they increased the sell tax to like 99%. So it means basically you are trapped, right, into this cage. You can't come out. You've put your money in, you can't come out. So it was the tax scam that they used to do way back. But then they saw that this tax scam just scares people off and nobody else wants to invest. So basically, once that cage, figuratively, sort of like they've scammed a whole lot of people, the cage has dropped on them. Other people who are outside are able to see that, and they don't want to go and buy that token anymore. And a lot of investors started to wise up, checking up the tax and all that. So that's when they switch now to token dumps, right? You come in, you invest, and then they just dump the tokens on you and take the liquidity, right? That's how they started doing it for a very long time. But now we have pre-sales, right? We have pre-sales, and pre-sales are the in thing. And pre-sales is a brilliant scamming idea that they came up with, because when you actually buy into the pre-sale, you're not really buying crypto, right? You're just giving your money to someone. It's going into this huge pool, and they tell you that we are going to give you a date when you can actually get the tokens that you bought, right? So while the money is in this pool, you have got no idea what is happening behind the scenes. That's why a lot of investors, they say we are able to claim. Some say they can't claim. So that's how they keep the scam going, right? They keep the scam going. They'll intentionally allow a set amount of investors to be able to claim. And that just proves that the scam is legit, right? They say it's legit. I was able to claim. I was able to trade. I don't have any issues, right? But a multitude of people who have actually bought into this are not actually able to claim, especially those who invested high amounts. They are not able to claim, right? And so now this staking thing is coming in as well. You see also XRP20 jumping in on the staking as well, right? Now stake everywhere, right? Staking. You can see here. Now it's still buy now. We see staking very soon. You can see here pre-sale is sold out. The claim date of XRP20 tokens into your wallet will be announced shortly. In the meantime, take advantage of the staking pool to generate an estimated 69% APY, right? So a lot of people rush and stake. And me, I don't encourage anyone to stake, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. Because when they say, for example, with BTC20, they started off by saying 80% APY, right? That's annual percentage yield, right? And you're never going to get that because when they say it's 80%, for example, you bought your BTC20 at $1. So if you buy $100 of BTC20, you are promised an APY of 80%, right? You know what that means? That means that for you to get the 80%, you need to stake for the full year, right? That 80% is split per month, right? You have to divide that per month time, divided by 12, right? So some people just want to stake for 7 days. How much are you actually going to get for 7 days? So the staking actually helps the scammers, right, to just keep the scam going for as long as possible and not have a whole bunch of people complaining that we are not able to sell, why did the token price drop and all that. They are able to push it for long, right? So for example, now we've got key dates, right? 16th and 17th of August, which is tomorrow and the day after that. Why? Because the 9th of August was when claim was opened. Remember, they allowed staking before claiming. Why? Because they wanted a lot of people to come in and stake. And once you've staked, you can't go and complain that you can't claim, right? Which gives a chance for the project to do more scammy things. For example, the price started pumping because they know a whole bunch of people are staked. So now they can attract more people to come into the scam, right? And they say, wow, there's this new Bitcoin, right? This is the new Bitcoin in 2011. You're buying it at $1, right? And now it's pumping in price. So even though the LP is not growing that much, there is a lot of buyers coming in, a lot of hype is coming in, a lot of investors are going to be throwing a lot of cash, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 in there, and then you see that the price is coming down. And by the time that a lot of other investors, remember, these people who have staked 16th, 17th, they just can't wait to come out of the staking and go and take advantage of this price, right? So hopefully we are going to be hoping that this price is going to be coming back to that $5, because those we have staked, because that staking, the way they set it up is part of the scam, right? Those who come out of the staking, no doubt everyone is going to be wanting out to come out of the staking and go and sell and make a profit. If you had bought this thing for $1,000, currently it's $2, right? You're out of your staking, you get that 7-day APY, plus you sell and you're going to be getting 2x. So we are waiting to see what is going to be happening right on the 16th and 17th of August. Whatever happens there is going to be giving us more data. But guess what, guys? You, the investors, are the ones who help us to expose these scammers. So let us know your experience if you are staked, when you're going to be claiming, when you're going to be selling. Because when you are staked, you never actually claimed. So we are waiting to see what is going to be going on with this one. I'm going to be following through with this specific project. For this project to be removed off my scam list, right, it has to be listed at least on tier 1 exchanges, right? 6 exchanges, tier 1. Right now, you can see the team is only talking about DEX, because in DEX, you can scam as much as you want and you never get caught, right? A lot have been, but you never get caught. And don't get caught up in the trap of staking. Staking doesn't make any sense at all. There are projects out there, huge projects. People sold their houses to stake tokens, right? Such as Celsius, the Cell token. Remember that a lot of people sold houses to stake. And guess where the leader is? The leader is arrested now, Alex Mashinsky, right, of Cell. So the whole APY, anyone who promises you an APY over 10%, just know there's some scam that is going on, because it's unsustainable. And guess what? When you actually stake and they promise you 80% or even 100%, right, APY, the thing that a lot of people forget is you are buying the token at $1, right? For you to get that 100 or 80% APY, you have to hold it until the full year and you get the 80%. But guess what? The price of the token in every situation that I have looked at this, always drops. Massive drop, 80% drop. So even though you got that 100% in terms of what you're getting back, it's nothing compared to what you actually staked and invested, right? So that's where another scam is as well, right? So staking, I don't recommend staking at all. So just let me know your experience down there with BTC20. We are continuing to follow this scam up and see exactly how they are doing so. I'm going to be covering a whole lot of other scams as well, right? The other one that is in my radar is this one, XRP20. Definitely coming from the same people. As you can see, these websites, tactics, everything is the same, right? So let me know what you think down there in the description. Don't forget, right? We want to stay respectful. Every comment is allowed as long as you're respectful and you're not insulting other people, right? So any comments where you're insulting other investors or you're insulting me, right? I'll delete those comments. But if you keep insulting me, then you'll be completely blocked from commenting on the channel. But if you want to have a discussion, let us have a discussion, right? We are here to help each other. If you have a different view from what I have, yes, definitely, we are all entitled to our own opinion. But we are definitely, I'm welcome to having a conversation down there in the comment section. Let's just remember to keep it respectful, right? No insults, right? Because we don't tolerate insult on this channel. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.